Happy Sunday, people. Weird. Always feels weird when I've had a bit of time off. Didn't intend to have time off. Migrained off. Migrained off one night. Why is it saying 0? Bing. It did it right then as well. 38. Riff raffer in nice and early. Nice and early. Let's get a bit of colour in my chops. Good Lord, I won't bore you with another migraine story, which is another way of saying I'm about to bore you with another migraine story. But this one's got an added moment of adventure and an argument. Whoa. Like, the thing about the aura, that done all right, didn't it? Let me get a bit of brightness on this as well. The thing about the aura, right? I get migraines with aura. It's actually your body helping you out. It's my body saying to me, oi, you need to turn all the lights off. You need to, there you go. That's a bit better, isn't it? You can see me. Hi. How? I don't know. It's not 2, is it? How do you do it? How do you do it? We're on fire. Hello, Doc Shelley. Good to see your son. Hello, Nyanthos, Jess, Linda Hunter. Packers on the firm. Here in the gates walked in. Jeff's on the firm too. Cro Magnon's coming in there in second place. It's only by a head. John Palmer by 2. There's only 4 furlongs to go now. Zen Mavericks coming through against a favourite. The favourite. Lee James is in the favourite position. But Baz is coming up for the final. There's only 6 furlongs to go. Zen Mavericks coming back. But Baz is on it. And Lee takes it. The Phnom Penh annual mule ride. Look at that. The pros come in. Boom. How's he earning money now? Yes, you are. Is that in answer to me saying I'm not going to bore you with another migraine story? Yes, I am. Fair play. Right. Thank you, the pro. Oh, you've changed your name. Maybe yes you are is responding to your name. I don't know what's going on there. YouTube won't like that. Are you the pro? I don't understand whether is that the pro? I don't know now. I mean, the pro does usually drop a lady, so I know that's what I'm just thinking. Sure, is that the pro or is that someone else? I don't know what's going on. Hello, Mark. Exciting times. Hello, the Anglian. Talking the Turf TV, hoit to you. Morning, Chris. Your Arsenal are highly likely to pull my team Burnley's pants. Mate, this is Arsenal. when we go play Man City, it's like, oh, this will be difficult, and we play. Oh, don't do that now. I said no. This will be a tricky game, and it's like, whoa, hang on a minute. Everyone's playing at 110%. Burnley, man, what? Hang on, 3-1. What's going on? So I wouldn't worry too much about that. History has told me otherwise. Hello, Tito. Nice to see you. Charlie's on the firm. Good to see you, Charlie. Scorey's around. The Sump is here. Right, lovely. Loads of people turning up. Maybe I should do less streams. Never. I love it. I love streaming. Does it show? Now, I did have a shower this morning and I did wash and condition my hair. Now, I don't use shampoo. Whoa, leave that. Leave those sulfides away from me. But the old conditioner does give it a bit of this. Does give it a bit of that. What is that? But if I go like that, we're all back to His Majesty. Hey, risky business there. Hello, Alan. Good to see you. How are you, my friend? Did you have the weekend off? Hello, Pax Max. John Palmer makes a predictable joke using your Arsenal. It was weird. At one point, we had Arsene Wenger managing. Arsene Wenger. The team was called Arsenal. And we had a striker called Arse Shaving. His name was Arse Shaving. Funny little bloke, never really reached his potential, but put some absolute belters in. I remember being up the Emirates and thinking, what did I just... He reminded me of that. We won't go too far into football. I've still got to bore you with the migraine, but who was the German fella that you know, here's your problem in anything in life, right? With anything in life, be humble. If you're not humble, you'll be humiliated. Easy to remember because they're the same word. If you're not humble, you will be humiliated. Whatever level you get to. So I'm now thinking Arshavin. I'm thinking Podolski. Podolski was a German fella, right? Podolski comes to Arsenal. And I had a German friend then. He was a scrub, actually. I can't remember who he was. And I said to him, what do you make of Podolski? How's he fared in Germany? And he said, well, if the tactics are built around him and he's the number one and he's the highlight, he'll put goals away. Any other setup, no. And he was bang on the money. You know, when Wenger, when we had like another striker out or whatever, and it was built around Podolski and he was like the main man, the geezer had a strike on him. I just remember him flying him in from about 30 yards, thinking, wow, this is exactly what we need. But he had no humility. He thought he was the nuts. And whenever you get to the point where you think you've achieved your best, there's only one way to go from there, down. So you have to remain humble, even if the world, you know, imagine you're a writer and everyone, you know, you've got books published in 100 languages, you're selling millions of copies, all the newspapers, even the people that don't like you are writing about you, you know you've made it. But if you then think, well, you know, like David Foster Wallace, you know, I'm the nuts. People were calling David Foster Wallace the best writer of the 21st century. This was in like early 2000s. But it goes to your head. And like I said, if you believe the hype, you can only go down, and people do. You've got to remain humble. Don't know how we got there. Right, is that the pro going to confirm the situation? I don't know what's going on here. He's changed it. Have you had a few whiskies, son? So the whole call has been a lie. Oh, okay. We've got to be careful here. 17k deaths only in... There you go. Well, we've got... Obviously, I can't read that. I do appreciate your encryption. I'm not a... I've got to say this is so embarrassing, but I've got to. I'm not a medical professional. Seek the truth and ye shall find. This is an entertainment channel. But I called it from the start. On the Three Stooges, I called it. It was about, what was it? Thank you, Nick a Sniffer. I think that's an improvement. See what I mean? Stay humble. You can keep going up. Nice one on the 10-bit. Nick a Sniffer. I mean, I don't mind a bit of gash, but the cloth, not so much. Sorry, everyone. So the old send nudes thumbnails has backfired. Like I'd never have thought. The idea, of course, was to get loads of hot chicks like Emma G, thankfully, but no, just loads of blokes. Today, has anyone guessed who today's thumbnail scrub is? Let me show you the picture again. I said 2 months ago that the coof ends this year. I mean, it was obvious. They've rinsed it for what they can. They got the job out of it, and it will now move on to climate. And also with the midterms coming up, they can't, you can't juggle hot potatoes when you got no hands. You can use that, but I wouldn't. I wish I'd never had. Let's just have a look at this this thumbnail again, so you can have a. Sorry about the old. Oh, my missus is going to a wedding today, and she's just sent me a photo, and she looks far too attractive to be going out and about. I might have to have a word with her about that. God, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they come out of those mud huts looking like that. Hello, love. I'm making a YouTube video, but you look like a princess. You look like AC Lala. Have a nice time. Take care. I love you. I really love you. Please don't. Wiggle that bum. Hello, hi. Right, let's have a look at this thumbnail, and you can put your guesses in. Who is this? Now, look, jokes aside, anyone want to send a picture of them? Try and get a picture of at least one hard edge, because it's very hard to crop them. And as you'll see, this one was a bit tricky. And I have to be clever. I don't mind being a little bit clever, but it's long and tedious. But let's have a little look at this one, and we'll get those final guesses in, unless he's grassed himself up already. Who is it, people? Who is that scrub? 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 Good one, though, isn't it? Turned out nice. Wouldn't want to bump into him in a dark alley. I'll tell you that. I wouldn't want to bump into him in a light alley. I wouldn't want to bump into anyone. It's weird, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I wasn't looking because I was thinking about something that was going on in a different time and space. Sump is not so sure. What, the coof? Well, you know, nothing's 100%, but I'm calling it. It's finished this year. You know, there'll be residue. There'll be what remains of a blag. There always is. But on the whole, you know, well, I won't go into it again because I've gone into it and it's tedious talking encrypted. But yeah, I think by about May, April, it will barely be in the news. Dreamerfield, I love you. No, Linda, I love you, which means you love me. I love you. This is my love. This is your love. And it's just gone boom. And it's like an explosion of effervescence. Imagine that. It just happened in the real world. My God. Thank you, Linda. What a lovely thing to say. The Wookie says Jack London. It is not Jack London. It is not Jack London. Thank you, Alan. Pride goes before the fall. There you go. Exactly that. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a... Sorry about the noise. I can't do anything about it. If I shut that window, if it's really annoying, let me know and I'll give that one a go. But I'm not sure if it will make much difference. Do you think the blinds would make much difference? Fuck it. You know, a little bit of pride's right, you know, and also honouring your successes. If you have achieved things, know that and think, you know, I've done well. I have done well. But you're not the nuts. It's not all about you. Humanity is about groups. Humanity is about, you know, however good you are at whatever you do, okay, that's good. But how are you socially? Has your achievements made your social interactions negative? Have your failures made your social interactions negative? That's where it really counts. So, yeah, if you're not humble, you'll be humiliated. And pride goes before a fall. Exactly. Nice one, Alan. Nice for that 2-bit as well. Appreciate it. Hello, King Corona. Anyone else? Grego doesn't have any hard edges. Palmer reckons it's marzipan. Lee says Baz. It's ridiculous. It's not Big Brother. It's not Pax. It's not Rags. We had Rags the other day. That stream I done Friday morning before my migraine, I would have deleted that stream because I knew I wasn't up for it. I knew there was something wrong. And I will get back to the migraine story, but good Lord, it was heavy. And I'll tell you the little story about there was more drama than necessary. Let's see if anyone else has. It's not Alan. No. Pandajit says it's terrifying. You might be talking about something else. Mark hasn't got a clue. I did not. Whose bird did I bum? I don't bum birds. I have done when I was younger. Horrible. Unpleasant. Not for me. Charlie Sparkle's thinking it's Ian pulling an hard man face. Ian has only got a hard man face. There's no other hard man. You saw yours, didn't you, Brian? We had your face on a stream, on a thumbnail. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you, son. You wouldn't put it past them, would you? Like a couple of years down the line. Well, we'll see how the midterms go. Willow thinks it's Leatherface. No, I think so. I really think so. Oh, okay. You can't even hear it. Lovely. It is not foot golf. Hello, historical doppelganger. Nice to see you. Hello, Anglo. Hasn't got a Danny. Tito saying hello to Emma G. I noticed Emma G's been getting a lot more. Oh, look, she's just complaining. You got spoiled, Emma. The other day, it was, hello, Emma. It is not Bally G. It is not. Hello, Chrissy. It's not Jimmy. Dangerfield, my best sister laughed her head off watching the Crack Gnome story and recruiting a new scrubette. Yeah, that one's a good one, isn't it? It's a good opener. It's a good point of entry. And it's a weird one because at the beginning of it, I mean, I've always thought maybe I should chop the stuff about 101 Nick and his gangrene leg out and just cut to the chase. But it's kind of interesting because it's like a weird build up, and it just goes. You don't see it going there, do you? You know, it's about 101 Nick and his smelly leg, and then the next thing you know. But what a multiplicity of conspiracies from the universe to make that final mise-en-scene occur. How do you get that pattern, that particular? I'm just trying to avoid spoilers. If anyone here hasn't seen the Crack Gnome story, you've got to watch it. You haven't got to, but I advise it if you want to crack, literally, and another way. But that final image, that's almost impossible, isn't it? That's what done me. I was just like, whoa. My own personal plop, my own personal Mandel plop set. No one knows. All right, I'm going to tell you who it is. I'm going to let the Space Opera Mark says, I wish a few ladies would send photos. That was obviously the idea, and now I'm having to put up with grizzly old geezers. And when you're having to crop them, you're looking at this big head on your screen. It's like, this isn't the Devon Tracy videos. Do you remember? La la la, la la. Some bird in her yoga shorts bending over. La la la. And I said to him, how do you get all those birds? And they'd have like AIU on their cleavage. And he went, just ask them. I was like, okay. And he said, after a couple done it, he said, in the end, I had to tell them to stop. I won't be. Brian's no good at guessing people. It's a weird one, isn't it? Because it's almost, you haven't got a lot to go on, But I'll tell you it is. Hello, Lumi. Good to see you, mate. Well, this is what everyone has told me who I've said. They've said no. They've said that's what, it's almost, it's a different story, isn't it? But it gets you into that world, and this is what a writer friend of mine said. He said it gets you into that world, which makes the main part of the story. People who aren't in that world can understand the second part more because, it goes pretty low with 101 Nick. So the second part isn't so sort of, intimidating, I suppose. Nice one, Doc. Yeah, I think a lot of people like that one. Mark says it's the best one. I don't know. I get scared about best ones. Am I ever going to write a better story? Well, it's not even written, is it? It's spoken. Otto's going to send a grizzly in. No worries. Jokes aside, it's nice putting scrubs into the thumbnails. Morning. Right, well, I'll show you it once more. Exacto. Is it PA? Who's PA? Well, all of them. Who's PA, Alan? I'll tell you it is. I'll show you it once more and I'm going to tell you. It is. Drum roll, please. That is Space Hopper Mark. Space Hopper Mark. Space Hopper Mark. Oh, Plastic African, of course. That's who Alan meant by PA. No. Space Hopper Mark, people. There you go. There he is. Bling. Nice one, Mark. Much appreciated. Easy photo to work with, really. I've got to sort this colour out. It's all blue. Man, you're too blue. What's going on here then? Right, we've got some clips. We've got some memes. Special thanks to Rags for getting me out of some deep water with some images. That'll do, isn't it? Lovely. I'd rather have it yellow than blue. I'd rather have it yellow than blue. I'd rather have an illness than you. It's just a little love song for people. Right, where are we going? Where are we going? It looks nothing like his avatar, says Pags. Right, we've hit the 100. Let's get this grift on. Grift on. Biffed on. Sift on. Shift on. And when you run out of words, just make noise. It's even that last one even upset me. Turned me off life, it did. Nothing will turn me off life. Love it. Love living. Love life. Been through a nightmare recently. Don't care. Off life. Don't care. Deal with it. A problem is a solution waiting to happen. Get on with it. Stop pissing about. You're not a baby. Life is hard. When you work at it, you get rewards. And that is it. That's it. Don't worry about the rest of it. Hello, Telford Teege. Good to see you. Mouse Cat. How are you, Mouse Cat? I think I've got an email from you. I think I've definitely got one from your missus. Fired Sponge. I've definitely got one from your other half. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have told you that. Nice to see your mouth. Mouth. Nice to see your mouth. No, it's nice to see your mouth, you know. Well, I just heard it. Did no one else hear that? I mean, it went directly into the microphone. Oh, no, don't say that. Oh, bollocks. Snoopy. Anglo-Saxon. Grifter. Not quite yet. Well, all the time, really. You got to get a grift on. Thank you, Anglo. Machano Caprasha too. Pags talks to himself too. I'm always talking to myself. I'm always chatting. It's great. It's good. You know, just it's fine, Rags. Well, as you know. Hello, Adsack. Good to see you. Azdak, not Adsack. Azdak, do you notice that I say Adsack sometimes? You just think, oh, it's not that. You didn't hear it. That's strange. I would have thought it would have gone into the microphone. Oh, well. Nice one for that, though, Anglo. Hello, Snoopy. Right, here, let's get this done quickly. Boof, 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 chat, chicarica, boo, choo, padoom, da, I can't stand human beatboxing. No one listens to that music. No one buys those CDs, goes home and has a party and puts that on. No one. Yeah, put that beatboxer on. Nah. What a weird thing to do, just doing impressions of drums. There's already machines that do that better. There's better technology. Oh, I forgot to pin it. Pinner! Forget her! Where is it even? There you go. Right, stop there. Stop there, son. Message has been pinned. Message has been pinned. All right, people, this is how it works. If you don't know by now, I'm sure you do. You can become a member of this channel. We have private streams, and they're excellent. They're excellent. There's 3 strata. Join the top strata. You can get into all the private streams. Join the middle strata, the bottom 2. Join the bottom one, just that. It's like £1, £4, £8 a month, something like that. But you set it up, you get access to loads of other badges that are very funny, interesting, little scrubisms in there. And you support the channel, which is nice. Super chat is the $ at the bottom of the chat, just down there. But if you want to donate and not give anything nothing to YouTube or Google or Alphabet, any of that crowd, Entropy, which is linked up there. Hello to my Subscribe-Star donators. There's only about 5 of them left, but they've been there for years. So proper big shout out to those because they get no glory. Entropy donators do get their moment on the screen. I do sort that out, and I'm going to learn how to use OBS so that I can do it so it does it automatically and just puts up the entropy donation at some point. So right, let me just tell you, hello Jess, I don't think I've said hello to you, love. You all right, darling? Hello Rags. Hello Tracy Mail. Oh, you've been cracking up at the gnome, the crack gnome story, are you? Can we have an hello to Tracy? You can do it in your own style or particular choice of welcome for the lovely Tracy Mail. Nice to see you. It's a dirty story, isn't it? Can you imagine someone as handsome and awkward as me would actually do something like that? It's the old two-step shitter. You gotta do it or you're gonna get bitter. Nice to have you though, Tracy. An absolute pleasure. You watch those scrubs get busy saying hello to you. Lovely place here. Lovely people. Right, there you go. Look, as I knew, could absolutely trust them for being lovely. They were actually once called WOG boxes. They really were. You know, even on telly they'd say that. Philip Schofield will say, apparently the children these days, they get a piece of lino and a beep box. And you'll be like, whoa. Apparently though, in Australia, it's not. It's nothing at all. It's fart. Right, no, what? Did no one hear that? Tell me you didn't hear that, then go, what? That's excellent, Mike, and I'm going to make sure the whole world knows. Mike Collins, smooth rubbing, likes to take his lady up the shovings. I'd like to apologise for that. You see, that's a problem with improvising. The truth cometh out. Up the shovings. I don't even know what it is, and I still don't like it. Mike Collins, nice. Oh, it's gone a bit yellow. Look, because we're equatorial, I say it every time. The sun goes down in like 10 min. So you're like, it's a lovely, bright, sunny day. Dark. Now it's just yell. Right, let's see what Mike's got to say. Mike Collins, nice rubbings, likes to take the ladies up the shovings. Mike Collins drops a 10 spot in. He says, that grift just inspired me to give you this. It works. It works. Thank you, Mike. Machano Caprusha 22. Hoyt to that. Thank you, Mike. Regular supporter of this channel. Without the regulars, there'd be no channel. Well, there would, but there'd be like about one stream a week. You can tell I'm glad to be back, can't you? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the migraine story in a minute. It's not a great story, but you'll understand why it was darkness in my life. Darkness in my life, lightness in my wife. Where do I find the answer to my strife? Anything goes today. It's that kind of deal. Let's try this. Ooh, is that a bit better? Or how about a bit less of that and a bit more of that? Oh, that's going to have to do. If anyone particularly doesn't like it, let me know. It's a bit, I don't know, man. It's a bit. Kevin Keener says beatboxing is a bit like farting and burping at the same time. Well, my old man used to tell me that, but I think it's a bit of a myth. I mean, I can't say for sure, but apparently it's not. Apparently it doesn't. It's a nice spin, though, isn't it? It's a nice spin. Okay, maybe we should drop that conversation for your benefit, because they don't like that chat. Not around here, they don't. No. Where are we? I thanked Mike Collins, didn't I? Right. What have I got for you? Right, listen. So this is what happened, right? Check it. So what was I doing? So I'd done that early stream, and I was I realised I wasn't motivated. I felt I just didn't feel right. And I would have deleted that stream if it weren't for the fact that I put Rags on the thumbnail. But I did have to delete Brian's stream, and he was on the thumbnail. So maybe these thumbnails are a curse. Well, Emma's is still up, and we'll see what happens with Mark. I don't believe in curses. I do believe in PVC nurses, though. Not NHS ones. I can't stand anything to do with that. Well, I probably would. So I was working. I was working Friday evening. After the stream, I had work to do. It's Friday. So I was working away, chatting away, and then I just noticed that there was a tiny little bit of about that much of screen, like 2 letters, and I couldn't see what they were. And I thought, don't you dare, not now. Because, I only had about 3 hours work left. Then it was a weekend, and I had that plan to spend the whole weekend writing my novel, remember? My missus gets back Tuesday, so there'll be no time for writing novels till next weekend. And also Lizard Jane needs finishing. It's nearly there, but there was no doing that, of course. So I thought, right, I've meditated this away before. So I've done what I usually do. I've had to put my sunglasses on, turn all the lights off, chair turned round over there, facing the corner, so there's no light. And I'm meditating, and I'm fighting it because it's like it becomes a little zigzag, and that tells me it's on. But it's more than just a zigzag. It's very much like tripping. It's like the zigzag is like electric. It's made up of many very fine lines, almost like a circuit board, but in a sort of a semi-spherical or like an arc of zigzag. And it's my body telling me you're about to have a migraine. And if I let that kick in, I'm going to be vomiting. I'm going to be shivering. It's fucking hideous. So I'm trying to fight it with the old meditation, which has worked twice recently. But suddenly it just came on both eyes. Usually it's usually my right one, but it was suddenly both of them, and it was just going. And I thought, oh fuck! I thought I've got no meds. I mean, I don't use migraine meds because they work, but they wipe you out just as much as a migraine. But an ibuprofen and 2 paracetamol will take the edge off. Could barely get to the kitchen. Looking in the drawers, and it was just like it was like opening the drawer to Kaleidoscope Heaven. I was like, I thought I've got to get to the pharmacy, which means getting a tuk-tuk. So I'm on my phone, can't read anything, trying to book a tuk-tuk, book a tuk-tuk, book a tuk-tuk, book a tuk-tuk. Finally managed it, and he's come in, and I've just said to him, but Saddam, and but no. Dadrong butts in a damn ball, which means go forward, then go right. Dadrong butts in a damn ball. And so he's done that, and I've just gone dadrong, which means go forward, go forward, go forward. As we got to the pharmacy, I've gone chop, 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 chop. Chop means stop. So he stopped. And I can't be bothered to eat. Usually I say 1 minute, I'll be back. So I've just got out of it and just gone to him. And I've gone up to the pharmacy. I've gone ibuprofen, and she knows me, that woman, because it's the local pharmacy. And I was buying hundreds of diazepam ampules off her, which was probably more. She was probably taking more off me than all her other customers put together. And I was just like, ibuprofen and paracetamol, and she was like, "Oh, how many you want? How many?" I was like, "It doesn't matter. Just now, any. No money on me." And I was like, "Oh, can I pay ABA?" And she's like, "Oh, hey. And she's all funny. And I'm a different person because I just can't see. Matt finally managed to sort out the ABA, scanning a password. I think anyway, I ended up with fucking hundreds of the things. I did not mean to buy that many headache tablets. Right? But fuck it. On the tuk-tuk back, I'm munching them because I've got no water and my mouth's dry. You need to get them in. The aura is telling you if you can get in before the aura goes, you might hold the migraine proper at bay, right? So the tuk-tuk service, the one it's called Pass App. It's an app. They've recently made it so you can pay with ABA, and you can pay in for everything in Canberra. It's a really good system because it's almost like they've got a monopoly. So it works. You know, I don't have to take cards or money or anything because you can pay for pretty much everything in this place on your phone. And ABA make it so you just set in your Pass App, pay by ABA. So when you get there, the driver swipes his phone and it comes up on the screen, on his screen in English, payment successful. So I've just sat in the back and he's looking at me, waiting for me to give him money. And they don't like to swipe it because what he really wants me to do is just give him 4,000 real, which it is usually about for that journey. And then he'll cancel and make out that I never arrived. Then he doesn't have to give his bosses a bit. But with ABA, you can't do that. And I'm like, mate, no, you're gonna have to do this. And he was like all angry, pissed off. Sort of understandable, you know, they don't get paid a lot anyway. And usually I do tip them. But A, I'm not in the mood, and B, I ain't got any money on me. So he swiped it and it's come up payment successful. And I've gone there, I've paid, and I've got out and he grabbed me. I went, what the fuck? And I thought, oh, this is what I want. I want an argument now with a fucking tuk-tuk driver. And they can get a bit leery, especially over money. I was going, mate, I've paid, look. And I was pointing at his screen, but it's in English. A lot of these tuk-tuk drivers can't even read Khmer. And in the end, with my hand over my eyes, all the street lights and cars driving down, blinding me. Oh, it was like a song by the streets. I got a woman over who was working in a cafe. I was just going, bong, bong, bong. And she came over and I just showed her my phone and she was looking at it, and then her to him. And him was like, I just walked off, let him carry on arguing. Vart. You must have heard that fart sponge. But when I got in, luckily, I had nipped it in the bud. And thankfully, I washed down a couple more tablets. But there was no streaming or anything. And so I lost all of Friday evening and Friday night, all of Saturday in bed. Had the most heartbreaking, nostalgic dreams of being 18 years old at the height of my alpha masculinity. Contacted a couple of the birds who were in the dreams using my mate's Facebook account afterwards. Hello. I know it's just a dream and that, but one of them got back to me, and it was lovely to talk to her, actually. And I explained what had happened. I said, look, I just had a migraine, and you know what dreams are like. They feel very real. I'll probably regret writing to you when I've woken up properly, but just at the moment, it was very pleasant to sort of see you again. And she was like, oh, it's lovely to hear from you. And I was like, yeah, it's great. And that's that. But, you know, saved it. Field Marshal Dawn Browning drops a 10. Hello, my lovelies. Lurking. Nice one, Dawn. Dawn, we've got another Antipodean on the firm. Tracy Mail, friend of Linda Hunter's. Thank you, Dawn, for that donation. Arkapruki. I don't know where Arkapruki come from. I haven't got a Danny LaRue. Thank you, Dawn. Hope you and Master Ben are well. Australia's the interesting one. When I call it that the Coof ends this year, Australia might be the anomaly, but they're going to look very weird when Western Europe and America has just you know, thrown it in the bin. They're going to be like, oh, weird. We've kind of built a prison camp, and the rest of the world have moved on to climate threat. Change. Climate change threat, I mean. Something's going wrong with my vape and I don't like it. They always go wrong. They're not built to last. Nothing is built to last. It might be that, or it might be me dropping them all the time like then. Let's see if I can get this little bleeder working. So far, so good. Oh, it might be because there's no batteries. It's always interesting when I get on with a vape. Right, well, that didn't go too well, did it? 1 second, people. Let me get some batteries. Nothing is made to last. Can you see my anus? I was a bit worried then. I felt my the old Cranmer ride up, and I thought there might have been. You might have seen an anus in the mirror. Probably would have confused it for a monkey. Let's try these new beauties. My battery supplier is moving back to Australia, so I had to buy a job lot of him. Jobber! Let's try this one. Let's crank that up to about 60. Maybe it needs new cotton. I won't be doing that now, though. Don't worry. Now we're on fire. Almost literally, when this thing blows up, it's got a feel about it. Now, what are people thanking? I just saw someone's being thanked, and I don't know. I don't like it when I don't know why. Only because I want to thank them too. It's nice to thank people. Did you do her in your dream? No, but I fell in love with her at college. And I did do her at college. That's not a nice way of talking about someone, is it? I've shown you pictures of her before. I'll show you again. I hope she ain't watching this, so she won't be happy about this. But I have shown before. Oh, my Lord, she's written to me again. Exciting. But I'll just show you a little picture. Very beautiful woman. Very, very beautiful woman. But I fell in love with her, but I had my girlfriend back home, and I decided I had to just walk away. And I really didn't want to, but I didn't want to hurt her. So I just had to. I went round there once and went, I'm not really going to spend any time with you anymore. I never told her why. You know, I should have just said I'm falling in love with you and I'm in love with someone else. That would have been the adult thing to do. But when you're 18, I did try and do the right thing. And in a way I did. But you'd have seen this picture before, because the same thing happened a couple of months ago. I had a dream and she turned up in it. But you'll see why the fascination still remains when I show you this photograph. Oh, hang on a minute. Computer's going to crash, people. We're gone. It's done it again. I'm going to lose all my links. What an absolute bastard. Right. How do I do this? Right. Don't worry, people. There was a workaround last time. Apparently, you can probably still see me. Right. Don't worry. Hold tight. What I'm going to do, I'm going to log in on my phone. This is the only way I get to keep all my links. It does not like doing that. It really doesn't like doing that. Right, hang on. Good Lord, was I looking at that last night? But if I do it like this, it will keep all my links, I think. I just don't want to have to close it down. So bad. So bad. So stressing as well, you know. You watch. If you are still hanging on, don't worry. It'll only take a couple of seconds to sort out. No need to go anywhere. I lost 50 viewers last time, but they came back. Right, let me just make sure I use the right email address. This seemed to be the best way to do it last time. And then I'll have to grab my grab the clips out of my history. Sorry, people, what a pain in the ass. I am going to get a new computer. Only $2,500 more to raise. I'm sure I'll be there by this time next year. So, you know, relax. Relax. Don't do it when you want to sucker to it. Come on. Where's my bloody 6-digit code? 6-digit code. Where are you? Oh, Lord, I spelled my name wrong. This is like being in Mission Impossible or something, isn't it? Dun, 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 dun. Right, have I spelled it right that time? Yes. Right, 6-digit code. That account exists. Try logging in. Here we go. Get login code. 6-digit code. Send that now. Number should come up. This is why I get migraine, you see. Technology ruins me. 024. Now let's just hope that this is the. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good to go. We're good to go. Enter studio. This is where it starts feeding back like a beagle. Yeah, allow mic and access. Allow. I'm coming back, people. All right there. Can you see me? Is there two of me? Now I can put that there. Hello. Hiya. Oh, hang on. You can't see me. Danger 2. Oh, trying to type it in my damn computer. Hello, people. Apologise. Apologises for the problems. Yes, restore pages. I just don't know whether that's going to restore things I do for women. I only wanted to show the picture of a lovely lady. Right, we're going to feed back like no business in a minute. Right, remove that one. Add that one. Right, we back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, can someone let me know if we're having I think we all are, Dawn. Right, are we? Is it all good? Are we back? Are we back on my Slack? Yeah, sorry if you had headphones in. That is you know what, Matt? Hello, Matt. I didn't know you were here. Hello, Anglosaurus. Nice to see you. Matt, I think the Galan are what bringing on the migraines. I think they're rammed. I think they're rammed full of MSG. So it's weird you say that. Hello, John. Nice one. I had Chris on medium wave. I don't know what that means. I really do need. It's happening. Don't worry. Just hello, Irish Bear. Nice to see you. Anglo, can't you claim the tax back if your business? No, yes, but it gets really crazy because then I've got to pay a broker an additional $700 to get it into the country. It's all hard to explain, really. It's really hard to explain because I have to talk about things that involve other people's business, which is why I sort of can't. I am going to get a new computer, but you know, thank you, Anglo, for that 5 spot. But you know, it's only a couple of times a day that it happens. Right, I've just got to. I've just got to sort out entropy. No, that's all working fine. I bet I lost all my YouTube links. Let me see. Motherfucker. Oh, sorry. I really don't like using that particular curse. I'll drag them out of my history as we go rather than rack them all up now. But we have got some clips. Did I lose my memes? No. So we're all right. We've got the memes and I'll drag my clips out of the history. So we're all good. Nice one, Bunnings. Appreciate that. Really? Is that true, Dawn? But I reckon they stuff it with it. And I have seen online people say that MSG can a little bit. Sure, I suppose it's like a little bit of salt, but you know, get some more RAM as a stopgap. I don't know how to put RAM in. I don't know how to buy it. Computer's 9 years old. Anglosaurus, I'm going to buy the same one as this, but the next version up. That's the problem. It's fucking expensive. We done all this the other day. We can't go here again. I know you weren't here, Anglosaurus, but we done like 30 minutes on all of that. Yeah. It's I think it was about £700 last time. $700, sorry, which isn't so bad. But it's crazy. It could be that. The truth is there's probably a bit of stress in there as well. LC350, hello, mate. A big bag of MSG. Yeah, I have as well. My missus uses it, but a little bit. But there's something about those gallons that I just can't stop eating them. And, you know, why would you not be able to stop eating rice and coconut milk? You know, it's not, what is that, tapioca? Asian style tapioca. Too much screen time. There you go. I'm a writer. I'm a YouTuber. I'm in e-commerce and I'm trading. It's the computer all day long. I've got to shut the door because the mosquitoes are coming in. I've got to get a bit of DEET on me. I'm sure that'll help with the migraines too. Oh my Lord, he's only been back for it up the bum. I've only been back for 40 minutes. It's all gone. Peaked on. Get a bit of that DEET on your son, you'll be all right. All the world's a stage, everyone's a player. Right, where are we? What was I doing? YouTuber. Right, where are we? I have scoffed a lot of them. I was thinking about, I tell you what, Matthew, this is what it is. It's sticky rice, coconut milk, jackfruit and beans. And they're delicious. And that's all been roasted over a charcoal fire. They're so good. They're so good. But anyway, there you go. We're over the stress. Nice one, Mouse Cat. He's a writer. Neck biter. Vampire in the... Not the day, but in the nighter. Yeah. We worked together there, didn't we? Thank you, Mouse Cat. Approve Chicago. What's happening over on Entropy? No, Entropy. I heard that far out. But Anglo, I am going to go down that route. I'm going to talk to my business partner and see what happens. Although the way things are going, looks like I might be able to buy a new computer tomorrow. Fucking hell, the grift is on. Yeah, they're really good, but I think less of them. I think there's a bit of MSG in there. Fraser! We know it's Fraser when it's capitals. I've caught the China flu. I've caught the Omicron flu. Oh, no. I've caught the climate change flu. Will I survive it? You're going to be fine, mate. You're going to be absolutely fine, like every other person I know who's had it. I've just got to get the old Tiger Balm out because I've got an absolute beauty right here. Oh my God, he's come up like a second sense. I told one of my friends when I woke up from that migraine dream and told my mate, I said, as soon as I woke up, I said, I dreamt that I was back at Dartington and all the lovely, beautiful young women that I pleasured. And he went, yep. Dangerfield does his stalking in the AM, which was a weird comment, but correct. Thank you, Fraser. Plenty of vitamin C, plenty of orange juice, plenty of water, and rest. Thank you for that, Fraser. Chris is off to the beach. See you later, Chrissy. Thanks. Bye. Freely Farm exploits a said bum. For people who don't know, it is Space Hopper Mark on today's thumbnail. Now, the reason the computer crashed was because I was going to show you this bird, but I've shown you her before, but this is the one I dreamt about and the girl I fell in love with at college, and I had to go, no, I cannot hurt you. I'm in love with another woman. But she did get back to me. Check her out. An absolute salt. I mean, those were the days when you're at an art college where there's only about 50 men, half of them are gay, and about 400 women who look like this. Yeah, hard times. Fucking Ada. What a beautiful woman. Oh, what are you going to do? Those were the days. Anyway, I think that's probably about the fourth time I've showed pictures of her. Pictures of Lily. Snoopy. Mighty Omicron. Got to say it right. It's next to nothing, is it? Hello, William. Good to see you. What doesn't, Pags? What? Entropy? Chuffed she's written me another message, though. That'll give me something to look forward to. Bit of Dr. Hook. Can't beat him, can you? Total tap. Here's a tap. Matthew's loving it. Shelley's in love. Well, hello, ding dong. That's Grego's wife. Anglo says assault. Melvin goes very low. Yeah, a very, very beautiful lady. A very beautiful lady. And you know, I can just remember sitting on her bed, and the weird thing. Hello, Shane. Good to see you. The weird thing. You've been watching Salty Cracker too, have you? The weird thing about that college, 3 years at Dartington, I knew that it was amazing. A lot of things in life, you only look in retrospect. You think, oh, that was a good time, wasn't it? But I knew that I was having it off. I knew that these 3 years would be very hard to repeat. You know, it was just bliss. You know, you didn't have to do anything. It was an art school. All you have to do is think and talk. And I can do those two things without thinking or talking. So in between lectures, it was just a sex camp. Sex, drugs, and alcohol camp. And it really was. And I know there's nothing right with that, but it was wonderful. Yeah, you get a bit older. It's not so important, is it? But, you know, back in the, you know, when you're 18 and you're just a raging bunch of hormones with a body attached. Fraser, thank you, mate. No, lots of Scotch, lots of cigars, and lots of fun. You do you, Fraser. If it's working out. Jeremy Gel, why did you change it from Jer? It was a weird one. Jeremy's always been Gel. Give me a 1 in the chat if you have ever shortened Jeremy to Jer. Not including you, Jeremy. You can't vote. Well, you can, but it's not going to count. Has anyone got a friend called Jeremy? All right, Jer. Jer. It's almost harder to say than Jeremy. All right, Jer. I'm not hassling you, Jer. Zen Maverick said, you cry wanked over losing her. Mate, she lost me. So if there was any cry wanking to be done, I did fuck her a few more times after I left her, though. So not all bad. Pictures of Lily. Hey, Jess said same with me at high school. What? Some dashing young man fell in love with you as well? What, you knew you were having a great time? Is that what you're saying? That's very interesting. I hated high school and I knew that as well. Anglosaurus says, unrelated, I'm looking forward to roast dinner. You can be as unrelated as you want round here. John appreciated that, Zen. I did too. Hello, IR. You must have a... No. I was the year where we still got grants and housing benefits and I was a drug dealer. I didn't understand this. Students are broke. I was fucking minted. Absolutely mint. It is gel. It's gel. It's Jezza. Lee has got a friend he calls Jeremy, he calls Jer. William hasn't. Elation says back eye the danger. I don't know what that means, but it's good to see it. Jez, I bet Jeremy doesn't like Jez, though. I wouldn't like Jez. It's a bit Jezza, isn't it? I said Jez. He hated it. There you go. Gel's all right, though, isn't it? Got another Jez from Zeus 74. Nice to see you, mate. Been a while. Grego knows a Jeremy who goes by Remy now. Oh, that's a bit of a reach, isn't it? What's your name? Riss. My name's Riss. All right, go. Zeitgeist is on the firm. Hello, son. Nice to see you. Seen? Past tense. Nice to saw you go. What? Jerry is Jer. Yeah, but Jeremy. Is Jeremy Jer? I think we've spent enough time on this. I really think we have. Hello, Richie. Nice to see you. All right, Glenn, prediction for the Burnley game? Yeah, that was the thing. That's the thing with art school. You know, we had like 12 of us living in one house. And, you know, what a time. What a time. And we were the top dogs at that art school. My little gang sort of run the place. And we knew it. And we knew it. And so did everyone else. And most of them hated us for it. Except the women, weirdly enough. Except the women who threw themselves at us. Well, I say us. Chrissy, I'm still watching, listening. Can't chat on the beach. I thought we'd lost you, Chrissy. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's actually made my day. Look, it's made Shane's day as well. Chrissy. Elation said, I meant to sat back in the danger. Yeah, I still can't help you, mate, but it's good. It's lovely to see you. Everyone does it, mate. Everyone does it. I do it at work all the time. Next. By the time you said it, they've forgotten what you're talking about. Right, people, I am going to go for a wee. Livy, don't forget we're putting thumbnails of Scrubs on the Scrubs on the thumbnails. We had Mark today. We had Rags the other day. We had Brian Ravenscroft. We've had Emma G. There are loads of Christophers to go by Topher in the US. If you want, it's a bit like my mother, Christopher. I don't mind. I like Christopher. I was thinking about names for my children. I think if I have a boy, it's going to be Blaise, Blaise, after the writer Blaise Cendrars. Blaise Dangerfield. It's fucking smashing, isn't it? Good Lord. I had one for a girl as well, but, you know, I forgot about it because I wasn't interested. Not really. I've just forgotten. I'll have a wee. And thank you, Steve, for the reminder. And I will remember what the girl was. But the boy, I was also thinking Blaise would work for a girl, though. Blaise, lovely name, isn't it? Blaise Dangerfield. You can't go wrong with that. That is just... Well, Anglo, I was talking to a Frenchman who runs a little bar down there, and he's, if anything, slightly left of centre. He thinks he wins. He thinks he wins the French general election. Right, let me have a little woo-woo, and I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to drive there. Get the tiger arm off my hands. And concentrate. I'll shut the door so you can't hear the woo-woo. I'm going deep down underwater. Oh no. Ironically, I think it's because I need a new clutch, but the car works better in reverse. Handbrake turn, nicely handled. All right. Hi. Now, where are we going? Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. No. We're all good. Right, let's have a look at some of these memery. The show's going to start shortly, people, if there's anyone new here. Not long left to wait. This is brilliant. Let's have a look at some memes. Check it. I mean, have you seen? I have not seen a worse week in any presidency since they started. I mean, 9/11, different situation. I'm talking about, your regular goings on. This lot are just shocking and laughable. Look at that. So good, so good. Right, let's have a look at some more. Here we go. Here we go. This one's quite subtle, but I like it. Oh, it's ridiculously. The whole thing's just ridiculous, The midterms are going to be beautiful. I've staked my channel on it. I want to say again, special thanks to Rags for helping me out with the memes and the clips as well. I've lost all the clips, so I can dig them out in my history. I mean, that kind of, It's a weird old turnout, isn't it? Let's be honest. I mean, where the hell did it come from? And here you go. He's a nasty bit of work, that fella, isn't he? Hello, what's the name? Exactly that. He really is a child hair sniffing little bastard. He's in this. He's in this whole shebang. He likes the party. He's in this whole shebang for himself. He doesn't give a toss about what his handlers are doing to the United States of communism. It's just, let's fucking just wreck the place. How much can we rinse out of this nation for the long term? Even when they get shunted out of the House and maybe the Senate at the midterms, they'll be set up to be making bucks for years, if not decades. That's how it works in politics. Make your contacts, get your network sorted out. And then when you get shoved out, well, you can put people together. Yeah, no, I can speak to him about that. Yeah, sure. Oh, you'll buy me a drink, will you? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll get that sorted. Make another phone call, $5 million, sweet. It's, and don't get me wrong, all governments do that. And that's actually all right. Because all people in business do that. If you're in business, say you've been in business 30 years, you've made contacts. So someone might come to you and say, oh, listen, who's in your area, your field, and say, oh, listen, I've just designed this bit of software or whatever. I think so-and-so might be interested. Have you got any contacts there? And you go, yeah, no problem. And they're like, don't worry, there's a drink in it for you. And you're like, yeah, no problem. And that's all right. But it's not all right when you do it at the cost of the United States of America. It's pissing in the wound. It's just vulgar. And that's what's happening. Now I'm going to have to drag videos out of my history now, which is a bit of a shambles. We'll have a look at this fella though, because we always do. A little bit of memology 101. Well, Matt, they will. No one's. I mean, look what happened in New Jersey. Look what happened in was it West Virginia? Take me home, County Road, West Virginia. No one's gonna be running for anything unless they know that it's going to be done in a way where they've got a chance. It doesn't make sense, right? I've got to get my cans in for this malarkey, or it'll all be a bit silly. Oh, by the way, I think it was Baz talking about the old AirPods. Not good for jogging, running, sport activity. I think what the competing headphone people have done is put ear holders on them, because these are good for this. they're good for sitting down. You know, if you move around, they're not so good. That's their weak point. Vart. Nice one, Jer. Jer is spoken out as Jer. Oh, there you go, Jer. Now it makes sense. Jeremy. Jer. My mum hated me calling myself Jer. She preferred Jerry. Jerry's a nice name, but Jer. Okay. All right. Now we're there. I'm sorry it cost you a 5-bit to get that sorted out. Nice one for the Danashiatu. Jer. All right, Jer. All right, let me just say it a few times. I'm gonna have to get a mnemonic with it so I remember it. Let me look at your avatar. It's a dog. It's got loads of hair. Loads of hair, Jer. I've got it. Nice one, Jer. There you go. Now it all makes all sorts of hair. Jair Bolsonaro, no less. It wasn't me. Wow. It wasn't me. Wow. Sufist, hello, mate. Didn't know you were on the firm. You always know the leftists by their lies. Yeah, and they're all falling apart. I look, I've said it almost every stream for the last 2 months. Just keep watching. Just keep an eye on it. Every day something goes wrong. And they're not little things. Everything has been going wrong for these bunch of clowns. It's brilliant. It was me. Bum, bum, bum. It was me. Bum, bum, bum. So yeah, if you want to do anything like active, these are no good. These are relaxers. All right. What's the name? If you want, you know, if you're going to go out and about or do anything, you know, if you're going to be active, these aren't the ones. There you go. Was it me? Was it me? You only done that, Jim, because you know I was going to sing that, didn't you? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you, though, Jer. Aprushikaku. Yeah, old Bull Saki's off, isn't she? Saki? Where did I get that from? Bull Saki's off. She's off. She's off. Like between now and the midterms, I reckon you're going to lose another 20, 30 Democrats. Seriously. No one's hanging around. No one's hanging around. Why would you? It's just an absolute mess. Foot Golf, his usual nice, friendly self. Look, he's been spending too much time in the podcast wars trying to nonce people off now. That'll be Space Opera Mark. Really nice bloke, actually, Richard. Oh, you've got the AirPods. Have you got them working? They're brilliant. Have you got that? Have you done the old sound where you chop out all the sounds so that you don't hear anything outside? Lovely. Hello, King Corona. Jim wants hugs. Give Jim hugs. Dangerfield, do you think the world will return to normal by the end of the year? Do you mean by January the 1st, 2023? Pretty much. By normal, if you're in couth terms, yes, I do. Yeah. I really do. There'll be some remains, you know, there'll be like that little bit you can't get down the plug hole at the end, you know, that little bit of onion or something. But pretty much I do, yeah. And you're going to get places like Australia that are going to hold on for dear life because they've gone so far. They've gone so far. They've gone past the point of no return. For them to pull back, they're in such trouble. They're in such trouble because it's all coming out. So many people are flip-flopping on this. So many people. Why? Because they lied. But if you're Australia and you fucking, you know, you're off the aircraft carrier of truth and into the night sky of delusion, well, you're in all sorts of trouble now. It'll be funny sitting back. I feel for my Antipodean brothers and sisters, but it's going to be funny sitting there just sort of going, it weren't that long ago. You were telling us it was going to be a proper big one. Yeah, I think so, Will. I really think so. I'm with you on that. Because these things take time, it's going to be and because they've got to cover their tracks, you know, the sort of elitist technocrats are going to have to wipe their asses for the next few months with this stuff. So, you know, a Freudian slip a day. Did you see old Jen Balsaki saying she's loved working for Obama? Why is that? You don't like them? Oh, mine are freaking brilliant. Hello, Tavern. Nice to see you, sir. We've got an hour and 15 minutes, so you're all right because we haven't started yet. You've already bloody started, though. Look what I've just seen. We'll have a look at that. The old classic. We'll pop it in, though. Don't worry, son. Don't worry. We've been through the memes, but we can pop that one in. I'm not sure if that counts as contact. Contact. Touch the screen. Thank you. It's so lovely to be back, though. I hate it when I don't stream, and it was horrible having a migraine. You know, the day of the migraine, then the fucking recovery time. Horrible. Nice to see you, Tavern. And the young man has also dropped a lady into entropy. He says, Australia and New Zealand have gone completely off the rails at a time when we've just scrapped all restrictions. They're ramping up theirs. No, exactly. I was Tavern. How weird. I was just talking about exactly that. I don't know whether you heard that and are agreeing or you typed that and then I said it. But yeah, I think for the rest of the world, it peters out over the next sort of 6-7 months. Certainly in America before the midterms, they don't want any of that nonsense hanging around causing them problems. But as you just said, New Zealand and Australia have gone so far beyond the point of no return. Coming back for them is going to be really tail between your legs kind of stuff. You know, Boris just went on telly the other day and said, yeah, sorry about the piss up. Just because they got caught having a piss up, yeah, sorry about the piss up. So no more mandates, no more masks. Don't worry about it. I've got a couple of videos on people flip-flopping, but you know. I can't put that on the screen, but nice to see you, Dennis. Yeah, I think so. I said it a month ago, you know. And I don't say that to say, oh, I called this. But it's important to know that when you forecast something and it's happened, at least you know that you are getting a grasp of the picture. When it all first happened, we done a Three Stooges stream, and Dan said to me, "What do you make of this, Chris?" And I said, "This will be an information virus. That's what this will be about. There will be some kind of illness. Okay, that's there, but this will be an information virus." And what do you know? I mean, I'm no doctor. I know, Matthew. I mean, we were laughing at it all year, but in 5 years' time, the normies will be laughing at it. Oh, do you remember? Do you remember back in 2021 when we were all wearing masks? We're like, yeah, we remember you fuckers. We remember when you didn't do anything to stand up to those fuckers. Yeah, we remember. Cray boy says the phone's ringing like a beagle. Good to know, though. Good to know. You got people on the phone. Mousecat says, I heard you can already go to Greece and Portugal unvaccinated. That'll be like dominoes now. You know, that'll be like dominoes because it's money, isn't it? It's money. It's money coming in. It's people coming in. It's trade. It's markets. You know, the global supply chain has cost businesses billions. Anyway, nice one for that donation, Tabs. I can't say much about this meme, but it's an old classic. And, you know, the funny thing is, we've been saying this, and out of the people who shrugged their shoulders and went, oh, what are you, some kind of alt-writer? When we showed them things like this, in a couple of years' time, we'll go, starting to look a little bit more like what actually happened, eh, son? And they'll hold their heads in shame if they've got any integrity about them. Right, anyway, let's have a look at something. The show's going to start shortly, people. Let's have a look at this. 130 people in. Lovely. We'll no doubt have a Substack advert soon. Let me just change my audio to what it should be. For frick's sake. Frick. Where are we going? Danger Pods Connect. Oh, what's the name? I forgot. I didn't. What? Hang on. Let's start again. Oh, what's the name? I didn't see why you're swapping your AirPods. You're not getting on with them, no? I think they're awesome. Linda, yeah, when we starting? Soon, Linda, soon. Hold tight, hold tight. Do you know what I mean, Zeitgeist? Which is a lot of Southeast Asia. I mean Thailand. They've been fucked. The Phuket sandbox. You can't drink. There's no bars, no clubs. Oh yeah, you're going to be filling up. This place didn't. This place, sweet hotels, buildings, new shops, new restaurants opening up. Lovely. And everyone who couldn't go to Vietnam or Thailand came here. Thank you. Lovely. Yeah. It will be like Domino's now. Because there's nothing really to I can't say that. Anyway, it's an entertainment show. Let's see what Memeology's got to say. Let me know you've got audio on the ident and we'll let it run. Here we go. Let's start again. Hi. The show's gonna start. Let me know you've got audio on the ident. Did you hear that? Elation says, I hate AirPods. They have no rubber bits. Not comfortable. Well, that's weird because mine not only have rubber bits, but they come with 2 other pairs of rubber bits of different sizes. So I'm not quite sure about that. The rubber bits on mine would suggest otherwise, but maybe it's because I've got the AirPod Pros. Thank you, people. Appreciate that. Hello, Packer. I didn't know you were in. Did I already say hello to you? Hang on, what? You haven't got rubber bits? Mine have. Mine came with 2 spare pairs of different sizes as well. Hello, Ben. Elation says, oh, you got the Pro ones, but they are expensive. They are. Business got them for me. Yeah, they weren't cheap. Andy Hopper Art says Jacinda is blatantly a man. See the footage of. Yeah, we had it on this channel, Andy Hopper Art. You can see there's definitely something swinging low, sweet chariot there, isn't there? Jer says Pro. Sorry, I'm putting Tiger Balm on my leg, so I can't touch my keyboard at the moment. Jer says Pro has rubber. Normal, where is it? Normal peasant pods not. That's not very nice, Jer, is it? Oh, they were out of stock. Oh yeah, I'm loving them. Anyway, we've been through this. Danny Dye, Big Mike, the best meme of the century. Hello, Ludwig. Good to see you. Jacinda Hardon. I didn't want to laugh at that. That's not very good. It's very funny, though. Here we go. Mike. Hello, Mike. The stolen ones don't come with the rubber bits. I got 3 sets of rubber bits with mine. Tristan likes the smell of the old Tiger Balm. I've got the white one. It seems to cure everything. Oh God, can you? I wouldn't. No, I don't put that image in my head. Yeah, do that. Honestly, what's the name? They're excellent, and I don't like Apple products on the whole. I'm a PC kind of guy. Right, can we start the bloody show? Here we go. Let's press play and enjoy.
Can I ask you why you're tearing them down? Should all art comply? I mean, I don't understand. Is it affecting anyone for them to be up?
Yes, it's a public health concern. I think that.
But I mean, it's just art.
No, it's alarmism. It is dangerous. Propaganda isn't cool.
Are you with an organization or are you just a neighbor?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Can you imagine? Imagine taking down those posters. Imagine wasting your time at that part of your day. No, you can't say bad things about Biden. And yet when she says Z says propaganda's not cool, I wonder if all propaganda isn't cool. I wonder if there was a different message, she'd be taking them down. Right, I've got to go to my history because we had a crash earlier, and it's a tricky way to sort things out. This is very interesting. I really like Steve Bannon. Someone once said to me, what do you reckon on Bannon for president? No, he's not presidential material at all. He is he's what he was. He won that presidency for Trump. And I like the fact that even though he ended up out of Trump's cabinet, so to speak, he's still on side, and he's doing great stuff on Getter. Follow Bannon on Getter for daily excellence. Ooh. Here he is talking to James O'Keefe. Check it.
Are you the future of journalism, or is Jeff Bezos in the Amazon Washington Post the future of journalism?
I think what motivates citizens is that things are not as they seem and often not what they should be. And Jeff Bezos, I know he bought the Washington Post, and I quoted him in this book saying that's the best achievement of his life. So you ask, is this the future? There's nowhere else for these whistleblowers to go. They can't go to the Washington Post. They can't go to Bezos's rag because his rag represents those in power. They work in symbiosis with the authorized knowers. They relay to us what they want us to hear. And the whole point of investigative reporting is to challenge those, to bite the hand that feeds you. So it's a movement, it's a populist movement insofar as people on the inside are following their conscience. You have two decisions. You can follow your conscience, and in which case you might lose your livelihood. Or you can survive at any price, to quote the late Alexander Solzhenitsyn, and go against your conscience. And I think increasingly citizens are following their conscience no matter what.
Absolutely. The normies want their lives back. Mousecat says, I watched Bannon on the app. That's it, the War Room. He's a clever sod and he's got a mullet now. Respect. Between Bannon and the Cracker, they're bringing the mullet back. I mean, and it's something I can do, actually. I could probably pull it off. It's going to take a lot of tactical combing, but I might be able to get there. Ludwig says, wasn't Bannon the dad in Little House on the Prairie? It's a good one. Yeah, I rate Bannon. Always have done. If you watch him, I think it's at Oxford. It might be Cambridge. I think it's the Oxford one. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Knows his stuff. Knows his history. Feel free to get the grift on. 130 people in. It's time for a Substack advert. Hi, do you like reading? Do you like reading autobiographical stories from a man who put his life on the edge just to entertain you and himself? Well, you're in luck because that man is me. And I have a Substack. What's a Substack, you say? Well, it's a relatively new platform for bloggers and writers like me. It's got virtually no censorship. Unless it's illegal, you can write it on there. There's loads of other really cool things. Journalists are leaving newspapers to go on Substack because you can monetize it. What's that you say? Is this more grifting? No, mine's free. I will never monetize my Substack. There's already 14 short stories in the archive that you can just go and look at. Link in the description. And if you subscribe, it only means putting your email in. Every new one I write, which is about one a month, will be emailed straight to you. It's a really good way of helping support me, cheer me up. And I'll tell you now, I've had over 30,000 people read my combined stories, which is bloody brilliant. Loads of excellent comments. The only negative comments I've had, disappear the next morning when the 18-year-old who thinks Bukowski is the only writer in the world sobers up and deletes them. So yeah, link in the description. Substack. Enjoy the stories. Ching. Yeah. Okay. Look at my lovely new white teeth. Makes a difference, doesn't it? I used to not like it when I always had that brown one, but now I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just go like this. Marzi has in her. Hello, Marzi. How are you? It's amazing to see you. Lovely to see you. Good to see Marzi Khan here. Tristan, hello. Done well then, didn't I, Pax Max? I mean, you'd almost think I was a marketing genius. Right, where are we going next? Apologies, but we had a crash earlier, so I'm having to dig my clips out of my history. Digger. History. Now, this is interesting. I'm not a particular fan of Joe Rogan. I find it all very boring. I find him very 2016. It's like, whoa, what are you saying? Non-binary is a little bit up for debate. However, the normies want their lives back. This has been a continual theme of these streams for the last couple of months. And I think it's on that the United States of communism becomes the United States of America again. You know, they're the people that we need on side. Don't bother arguing with leftists. Let them go and, suck each other's plastic cocks. The people you want are the people who go along with what the leftists say because they don't like confrontation. And the thing about Joe Rogan, it's been estimated that he gets about 18 million listens / views every show he does. 18 million. Now, they've estimated that, and you've got to think that they've estimated it on Spotify views and podcast downloads, but I know plenty of people who'll sit in like 2 or 3 and watch it. Husband, wife, teenage kids. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more like 30, 40 million, really, which is a substantial number. Now, we just had James O'Keefe from Project Veritas, the last remaining journalist in America. And this is Joe Rogan talking about James O'Keefe from Project Veritas. Now, think of those numbers. Let's bring it back to 20 mil. It's still it's a massive impact. And he's Normiesville. Rogan is Normiesville. So when you're watching this, I don't think any of you are going to watch this and go, whoa, that is so based. No. But think of the normies watching this. Think of your swing voters watching this in the current communist climate. Check it. I mean, this is quite substantial for a spokesman of the normies to say. So he's talking about James O'Keefe, Project Veritas. Take it away, Bogan.
Tim is, if anything, he's a centrist.
Yeah.
He's just a guy who he
does start off by talking about Tim Pool. Now, before we get into it, you can say exactly the same for Tim Pool. Tim Pool was a leftist. Let's be honest. Tim Pool was a leftist a few years ago. It was obvious. And he's just gone. Wah. Rogan here describes him as a centrist. No. Tim Pool is right wing. There's a little bit of ideology dodging because he wants to keep his audience, but he's right wing. I reckon if you had the time and you could suffer enough of his videos, you could put a 20-30 minute clip montage together of his blatant right-wing opinions. So he starts off talking about Tim. I should have said that. Let's continue.
Tim is, if anything, he's a centrist.
Yeah.
He's just a guy who he was like an boots on the ground journalist for Vice.
Yeah. He was like all up in Occupy.
Yeah. He was an Occupy Wall Street guy. Yeah.
It was like right there.
I know Tim very well. He's not alt-right at all, but he'll entertain a conversation with anybody.
He will.
Like he had okay, he had O'Keefe from Project Veritas on the other day.
Yeah.
And that's like that guy's the boogeyman to the left.
Yeah.
You can't, like, even if what he's saying is a fucking threat, he's exposing threats to democracy.
Yeah.
He's exposing real live corruption. He's exposing real live conspiracies.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, no, but it's Veritas.
But
like,
it's Veritas. Yeah.
they've somehow or another decided that an individual can be like, it's almost like a cure to the reality of whatever he's exposing. Like you could say, oh, it doesn't matter because it's James O'Keefe. And you can put that on top of the thing and it all goes away.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wild.
Look at this drop Veritas just did. Like, I don't know if that thing that they just did with the COVID is like panned out or not. But if it did, that's like, somebody should probably be looking into that, you know?
What's fascinating is how it is completely 100% ignored by the left-wing media.
It's like it doesn't
Fox
exist.
is the only people covering it. Even if you think it's a lie, you have to cover it. It's a significant issue. We need to get to the bottom of it.
Oh.
Are these documents true? Are they correct? Not only that, this concerted effort by a group of these people, Francis Collins and Fauci and all these people, to try to demonize these distinguished intellectuals.
The Great Barrington.
Yeah. Oxford, Harvard.
There's lots of lunatic extremists there, right?
Guys who are experts in their field.
Total fringe guys. Oxford. Who's ever heard of that crap hole? It's
so strange. And meanwhile, left-wing media ignore. Didn't happen.
Interesting stuff to go out to the normies. Now, someone said something interesting that I agree with, actually. Someone said, I watch Tim Pool every day. And then there you go. Elation. I watch Tim Pool every day. He said, I watch Tim Pool as well. I watched Tim Pool because he's a newsreader. That's what he's one of them YouTubers. He reads the news, and you get a good, pretty balanced view of it, so you know what's going on, and you get what I'm saying. So yeah, that's the point. I think it's really interesting that you've got Tim Pool, you've got Project Veritas, you've got Joe Rogan. Between them, they're going out to millions of people, and this is Normiesville. This is Normiesville, and they've worked out how to remain on YouTube. And then you can add to that Mark Dice. Mark Dice has been saying for like the last year, I probably won't be here for much longer, but it seems that he's probably got some kind of team on the terms of service. He's probably got some kind of legal team on it. And like they go through his videos with a fine-tooth comb and say, no, we can defend that. Salty Cracker. I watch Salty Cracker. Salty Cracker's MAGA. That's all he is. I mean, I really like Salty Cracker's streams. I find them very entertaining. I find him very interesting. I think he's got a very engaging way of talking about things, but he's only MAGA. He's not really nationalist versus globalist, but it's Normiesville. And some of the things he says, he's dragging people down that way. And if you look at the audience of Mark Dice, Salty Cracker, Tim Pool, Joe Rogan, Project Veritas have gone to 1.2 million on YouTube subscribers. Like I said, Rogan's getting about 20, 30 million per podcast. This is these are great times. These are great times, and these are the seeds of the destruction of the current communist administration come from the communist administration. They created these monsters. YouTube is a monster. YouTube is a monster. They hate it. I guarantee they hate it. Google hate YouTube. Alphabet hate YouTube. But you can't just get shot of it because someone has to be top of that pile. And if they sell it, it might get into the hands of the wrong people. It might get into the hands of people who make it go back to YouTube circa 2009. So they've got to just keep, and that you can only censor so much. You can only censor so much before you've just got cat videos and makeup. And that ain't going to cut it. It's a really interesting situation. And again, and I've said this so many times, if the internet was 20 years later, we would be screwed. We would be living in 100% proto-Soviet conditions. But the internet has screwed them because the internet has got rid of their propaganda wing. There's no, I read the Goebbels quote out the other day. You say make the lie big enough and say it enough times, people believe it. But only as long as you can protect them from the social, political, and/or military consequences of that lie. And that is what they've lost. That is what current propaganda has lost, the ability to protect people from the consequences of that lie, because there's alternate media. So without a propaganda wing, a bullshitting government is a bullshitting government. Whereas in the past, it was a government that we'd find out later were bullshitting. But it's real time now. Everyone knows. I mean, I was thinking this just last night, right? I was thinking about the buyer's remorse. Let's just assume for a minute that 81 million people legitimately voted for Joe Biden, right? Let's just assume that. Population of US 300 mil. Take away the people with dementia, take away the kids, take away the people that don't vote. 81 million. It's a substantial amount of people, right? Who know people. The buyer's remorse on these people must be ridiculous at this stage. They really. It was they didn't know. This is no surprise to you. You don't need to strap yourselves in. This wasn't Biden in. This was Trump out, and they really bought that. But at the moment, Trump is like fucking. See, at the moment, Trump is like Alexander the Great compared to this fella. We all know that Biden's and President Harris, their numbers are just laughable at the moment, even among Democrats. We know how many people have been jumping ship. With Manchin's and there's some other geezer, Manchin and what's his name? It's a weird name like Seaman or something. They've voted against 2 bills in the last week. We've had President Harris on the news going, no, we're Pelosi as well. Oh, no, we'll get them through in some state. No, it's not working. No, the filibuster's fine. You can't get rid of it just because it's not working for you. That's what it's for. I am loving this. You win some, you lose some. And we lost some. At that last election, that shouldn't have happened. When Trump made his speech, we were all like, wicked, lovely, as predicted. And then it was like, oh, hang on a minute, we're closing the ballots. We're going to do some counting tomorrow. What? Hang on, this ain't normal. What? Hang on, we're chucking all the guards out, turning the cameras off because, what? We've still got votes to come in for 5 weeks. What? What the fuck's going on? And the winner is Joe Biden. Hey! So you have to take that. But that, I don't think that wasn't the end of the whole MAGA thing. In many ways, I think it might be the start of it, because the second term is always more effective than the first term. But regardless of that, this next, where are we now? Oh, every day I count it. I think it's going to be smaller. 10 months. 10 months. I've got a countdown on my phone. You can get those holiday countdowns. I've got a countdown to the midterms. I'm just marking off absolute catastrophes for them on the way. This next 10 months, it's already started. It's a colossal, gargantuan, humiliating, daily, transparent catastrophe for these people. And it's beautiful. Don't let the failing propaganda wing tell you otherwise. We should be celebrating almost daily. There's something to celebrate about the communist administration in the US. Nicker Sniffer, did you get the photos of my brother? Addict versus after addiction. I don't think I did. When did you send them? I don't think I did. There's a lot in there. But that doesn't ring a bell. Did you send it to Chris at Chris Dangerfield? Let me have a little look now. I don't like doing this because it sometimes crashes my computer. We've already had one today. But let me have a look. Yeah, I've just got them. But I'll show them on another stream because it'll be a bit chunky now. I've just seen them and they're in there. So yes, nice one, Nick Sniffer. Well, actually, let's have a look. Hang on. Oh, rough, man. I've seen this kind of thing so many times. Oh, it pains me. I have got a good story about addiction. A mate of mine stopped drinking against all the odds, and it was all to do with thinking positive. It's such an amazing story. I was going to save it for another stream. I still probably will. But so I'm guessing photograph number 2, the Pro. I'm still going to call you the Pro. Well, that's not very nice, actually. You choose to be called Nick and Sniffer, you can have that. Is the rotten one, is he clean now, or is the rotten one how he is now? I just want to know what way round these pictures go. I've seen so many of these. People hand them around NA rooms sometimes. Heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. I'm going to adjust one of them because the brightness is very low. I'll bring that color up a little bit. Bring the brightness up a little bit, I mean. Thank you for that donation, Nick Sniffer. Tavern, I've seen that. Oh, there's 2 in there, Tavern. Hang on a minute. Let me just pop on that. I'll pop that in here. So much going on. Oh my God, and another one. Hang on a minute, people. The show will start shortly. So the photos you've sent me, sorry to be a dumb nut about this. The one where he's looking well was before he was an addict. The one where he's looking rough was when he was an addict, and now he's totally sorted. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from you, and good job, because he looks like he's on the edge there, mate. He looks like he's absolutely on the edge. What am I missing these 23s? What's happening? What's the 23 about? Nice one, Nick Sniffer. Thanks for those donations as well. Matthew is 23 days off the booze. 23 in the chat. Well done, Matt. Keep it up, man. I've just had a mate who's got 2 amazing kids and a beautiful, loving wife, and she rang me up a couple of months ago and said he's drinking himself to death. The doctors said he's going to die. Will you talk to him? I said, I've spoken to him. She said, please, I've got nowhere else to turn. And I spoke to him, and I said, please just go to an AA meeting. He went, they're shit, and you know it. I said, yeah, they are shit, and you know it, and I do know it. Where else are you going to go? And he was like, I said, you're dying. You've got 2 children. You can't have children and then just kill yourself. That ain't right. That ain't how it works. You can't ruin their lives because you're too scared of life. And that was all it took. He went, I'm not scared of life. I went, yes, you are. Massive argument on the phone. Didn't talk to me for about 5 days. His missus ringing me going, please call him back, please. And I said, there's no point. We just ended up screaming. And he rang me back and he went, I'm scared. I went, fucking brilliant. I said, do you know what? Me too. Me too. And then he started telling me about his kids, that he was scared about his kids and the future, scared about this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I said, all right. I said, life is difficult. Is it easier to win? Is it easier to fight for resources when you're shitting the bed and you can barely stand up most nights, or when you're giving it your all? And he's 3 weeks off the booze. Spoke to him yesterday. 3 weeks off the booze. His missus rang me up in tears. I didn't do anything. really. But fucking brilliant. It's early days. but he hasn't gone 3 weeks without a drink for about 10 years. It's quite something. It's quite lovely when it comes through. Thank you, Nick Sniffer. Machano Caprasha Tutu. Tavern, I've got yours there. Let me I've got that link up. I've popped it into over there. So we'll do those pictures in a minute. The Pro. I'm just gonna put Tavern's Denarciato on the screen. Thank you, Tavern. You're a very generous supporter of this channel. As are you, Nick Sniffer. As are many of you. And without you, what am I missing? 13. What's 13? Wasn't that funny though? That bloke just didn't have the bottle. That bloke just didn't have the bottle to admit he was scared. And once he admitted that, that was the change. He just didn't want to admit he was scared. I don't know what we're 13ing on, and I want to join in. Can someone tell me? Hello, Bloke About Town. Didn't know you were on the phone. Bloke About Town says, "G'day, Chris. I read in the Australian media that Thailand are planning to legalise cannabis. Apparently, Cambodia and Laos are interested in doing the same. What are your thoughts?" It's fucking legal here anyway. Well, here, I've got to be careful, but if I want shatter, amnesia flash, anything, I can have it delivered to me in 10 minutes. Highest quality bud and shatter and dabs you could ever ask for. You can smoke it in bars and, you know, they've got other things to worry about. They're not stupid. Who gives a shit? Do you know what I mean? I think all drugs should be legal. Every single one of them. What's the name? What's happened? Good call, Matt. Well, yeah, they are. They are for some people. That's all right. No problem. But people who want to stop usually have got a reason to want to stop because it's fucking their life up. I mean, if you're taking them and you're having fun, crack on. No one's telling you to stop. But people who want to stop should be celebrated because they're not having good fun. Mate, when you've got 20 bottles of piss laying around you because you're too lazy to go to the toilet, when you're covered in blood because you've been sticking 20 needles in you and you can't find a vein, you know, when your children have been taken away because the social services don't want them sitting around you, when, like, a friend of mine tried to burn himself to death the other week and then ended up jumping out his window and is now dead. You know, there comes a time when some people need to stop. It's a little bit immature to go, yeah, drinking drugs are fun. I've been to 20 rehabs. I can assure you I've seen plenty of people who it's not that much fun for. What's the name? I still don't know. Anyone want to bring the ban hammer down? 13 years off the source. Fucking wicked. Absolutely awesome. Well, there's my big 1-3. That's great work. Matt, I vape way too much THC. I do, however, make it to the bathroom. It was apparent on the live stream that you were on something. It was apparent. I could see. That's why I asked you. That's why we got into that conversation. And it was a good conversation as well. I hope you got something out of it. Nice one, Steve. I mean, they don't cause too much trouble, but, you know, fuck them. Right. Hello, Little Red. Nice to see you. Tristan says 30 bottles of piss because you can't make it to the bathroom. I'm having, yeah, it's gross. Absolutely gross. Do you think you have it? No, but I know people who have. Yeah, I'm not getting at you. Look, when I was 18, I loved taking drugs. I absolutely loved it. But, you know, when you've got your girlfriend putting a spoon up your ass because she wants to get the shit out of you because you had to swallow your heroin to avoid an arrest, yeah, it's kind of losing its, you know, glamour. Jess has to go soon. Jess, where's your picture for the thumbnail? Oh, that sounded a bit harsh. If you want. All right, take care, Jess. Have a good Sunday. Doc Shelley said, the glorious house of Scrubbage helped me off a 15-year oxycodone addiction. Helped you, but good Lord, did you do the heavy lifting there, mate. That's incredible. Incredible. Not easy. Few people can do that. Wow. Yeah, and back at you, Doc Shelley, really, back at you. Well, Grego, it isn't actually, because I said to her, she just kept making me loads of food. And I was a junkie. I was like, I don't want anything to eat. I don't need food. Eat it, because she wanted the gear. I'd already had one when I bought it. First things first, I'll take the bags home to her. Then we got a bus, and I said, love, that's going to take about a week till that comes out. And 3 days later, she's shivering. We had no money. I'm just on my hands and knees going, I can feel the blood running down the insides of my legs. Yeah, it wasn't love. It was her greed. I could literally, as most junkies in the chat could, I could just sit here and give you one disgusting, low down, depressing heart. You know, my mum kicking the shit out of me on the floor because I tried to kill my brother on New Year's Eve because of my drug use. That ain't very nice in front of the whole street. You know, if you're enjoying taking drugs, I think all drugs should be legal because I think most people can manage them. But there's a fair amount of people who can't. And when those people are celebrating a bit of time off, I think they deserve a round of applause because it is not easy. I don't know anything about the keto. See you later, Jess. I don't know anything about the keto diet. The bloke you want to talk to, that one can go, Steve or Rags. The bloke you want to talk to is Harry. Harry Ian. Harry's all over that, knows everything about it, as far as I can work out. Right, let's have a look at this one here quickly. From Tavern. Tim Pool got red-pilled after getting physically assaulted covering Antifa protests, and becoming a multi-millionaire has also helped Tim embrace conservatism. And actually, while there's an element of humor there, when you start paying taxes, when you actually feel part of your society, the right suddenly appears. Come back, baby, come back. RMF says, fuck Tim Pool. There you go. Not a fan. Space Hopper Mark. Space Hopper Mark is the scrub on today's thumbnail, by the way, people. It's all been blokes except for Emma, but that's all right. Hello, Emrys. Good to see you. Cheeto diet. Yep, I went, but I think I'm back. Getting your ass beat and not wanting to give away all your hard-earned money can make a difference. It certainly can. Yeah, it was easy for me to be a commie when I didn't have a job and didn't pay rent and was getting benefits because it was what I needed. But once I was part of society, well, hang on a minute. I don't know about this. I don't know why I'm paying for all these other people to live. What's going on here? Tim Pool is the moon. It's a peculiar thing to say, but I quite like it. Thank you, Tavern, for that donation, and the other one with the meme that we're about to look at. And then we're going to have a look at Nicker Sniffer's brother's pictures, which it actually makes the point I was making to Anglo, actually. It's a great timing, Tavern. We were just talking about it. Perfect meme. Check it out, people. Here, we'll zoom in. Legacy Media. Oh. Ruined it. Ruiner. Years of lying to their viewers. Fucking Joe Rogan. It's excellent. Good call, Tavern. Right, now let's have a look at these pictures. Thank you, Tavern, for both those donations and the meme. Good stuff. So here's the brother of the pro. I think this is before he started using. By the look of he might have done a bit of time inside by the look of the tattoo. But so, you know, looks like someone who probably smokes a couple of bifters, has a couple of pints at the weekend. Nice looking chap, though. Right, there he is. Nothing wrong with that. By the look of the photo I'm about to show you, I'm guessing it was heroin and crack, Nicker Sniffer. It's got crack and heroin written all over it. Hello, Lazy Bones Outdoors. Nice to see you. So here we go. And now you're going to see picture 2. There you go. You can already see it. Same bloke, people. Same bloke. I mean, Anglo, do you reckon he's still enjoying it? Fucking hell. There you go. Yeah. Oh, I've made videos about it. But it's not something I've kept a secret at all. So was Salty Cracker, which made me feel a lot better. That is... Jess says, it looked like someone's name, Jess. There you go, people. It looks like your bread and butter to me. It looks like crack and heroin. But, you know, we'll see. Oh, okay. That's when... Oh, so so the first photo was when he got clean. Fucking hell. Sorted himself right out. Lovely. Nice one, mate. And fair play to your brother. And I'm sure you had your run-ins with him, but he's done something very difficult there. You know, he got himself into that mess, yes, but he got himself out of that mess. So that's incredible. Mousecat says Salty Cracker's brother is a crack addict. I did not know that. I did not know that. Oh, no, it's horrifying. It's horrifying. You know, I was taken into a treatment center on a stretcher once. I arrived on a stretcher. You know, that photo, as hideous as it is, you know, people look like that in that world all the time. Hello, Bullet. Hey, big boss. Up, Scrubs. Hoi. Sorry for my recent absence. Usual problems. Bit late for parade. Nothing new there. You're all right. We haven't started yet. Nice one, Bullet. Hope you're all right. I hope those usual problems, what's the word? Iron themselves out. Yeah, without a doubt, Sufist. You can, and you absolutely can. Oh, he mentioned it on the stream. That can't be nice. No, Trista and his brother, apparently. Salty Cracker used to be a communist. Pretty much the same problem. Thanks for those photos, but I mean, look at that compared to that one. And this is him when he sorted himself out. Same bloke. Fucking hell. No wonder he's smiling. Good Lord. You must be over the moon, Nicker Sniff. You must be absolutely over the moon. And well done to him. Pass on my regards. That is not easy. Marzipan says, I was a lefty, but I'm not playing the identity game anymore. Left and right? No, it's right and wrong. What's the name says he's beautiful. He's quite a looker. I must admit, he's quite a looker. Right, let me see if I can grab another clip out of my history, because I did have loads. What's the time? 2 hours. 2 hours? Get the fucking grift on. What do you think I am? Some kind of monkey? Where are we? I did have loads. I had some real crackers as well, and Rag sorted them out. Most of them, I have to say. And this is awesome. This is awesome. Here, I've got one. Right. This is AOC. Now, before it starts, I know a lot of you would tap her. I couldn't go near it. I like a pretty face. I do stare like a maniac at the mantelpiece when I'm stoking the fire. I'm that man, admittedly. But I find her so deceptive, so deceitful. And that's just not attractive. This is why I like sex workers. You know, I've always been attracted to women in the sex industry because it's all up front. There's no deceit. There cannot be any deceit. I'm paying you for sex. That's what's happening here. You know, as a younger man, obviously. I mean, my current girlfriend was a sex worker. That didn't go so well. But I know, yeah. I'm with you. I know what you're saying there. I'd say, yeah, I couldn't do it. So I know a few people are going to say that. But this woman works for the American government, right? I want you to listen to her talking like a 5-year-old. She talks like a 5-year-old. Now, the reason that this video, it's only a minute long. Joe Biden has exceeded her expectations. Now, when you first hear that, you're like, what? What? Are you actually going to try and spin this? But actually, she's right. He has exceeded her expectations. Why? Because it's a communist administration. The southern border is open. They've given energy power to OPEC, to the neo-Soviets, to China. They've given power to China. There's immigrants just filling the country. You know, there's a certain group in America whose taxes are going on all these other people. You know, there's a lot of basically the progressives in the Biden administration are running with this. They're absolutely doing what they wanted, what she wants, the destruction of the United States. So although at first glance you're like, how the hell has he exceeded your expectations? Because he's destroying the United States, which is what she wants. Now, she doesn't say that. What she says is utter shit. But listen to her talking like a 5-year-old girl. Why? Because the people she's talking to are adult children. They haven't matured. They're adult children. They've had everything given to them. They want everything for free. They want, you know, inject me, daddy. And that's why she, you know, this isn't an accident. We all, you know, she does this every time she talks. Do you remember when she went down to that black church and she was going, oh, it's great to be back here, y'all. And it's like, what? Oh, you talk like that today, do you? Well, this has been staged. This has been choreographed. They've said to her, they said, talk like a child. And because she's an actress, and because if you see Mr. Reagan's video, where she basically auditioned for this part, this is a true story. If you haven't seen that video, very interesting. Mr. Reagan, how AOC auditioned for the part of the role she's now playing. It's quite something. Absolutely, mouse cat, what a brilliant equivalent. So what you're about to see is absolutely has been what's the word? I already used it. Choreographed, staged, scripted, rehearsed, and they told her, talk like a child, because that's your voting base. Check this out. Biden has exceeded her expectations. Mind-blowing. Check it. But she's right. America's going down the pan. She hates America because she's not American.
One thing that I will say is that I do.
Did you have audio then? I don't want to play it without audio. While you're telling me about audio, I just read something I wanted to read more of. Where is it? Damn. I don't want to miss comments like that because they're important. Anglosaurus says, this channel is amazing. It's real. People agree or disagree, but it's always human. Well done, everyone. Yeah, it's amazing. It's not, and I didn't set that up. It kind of happened organically, didn't it? This place becoming a community. Oh, here we go. This is the one. My nephew was on oxys, but now he's on Suboxone, and he's been on it for 3 years, which is worse. Well, you know, they're both synthetic opiates. They're, you know, 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. You know, yeah, it's an opiate addiction, and it's a disaster for anyone's life. Did we have audio then, people? Lil Bullet, IOC is okay when her mouth is shut. The moment she speaks, she's transparently awful. As Shakespeare said, too dirty to even spit on. Oh, fucking hell, Bullet. Don't hold back, mate. Nice one, man. William says everything she does is indeed an act. She's deceptive as hell. Yeah, without a doubt. Hello, Mr. MF. Oh, sorry that you've turned up at this point because it ain't pleasant. Okay, you had audio. Here we go. So try and remember everything I said because it's relevant. At first, I'll just repeat it. When she says Biden has exceeded expectations, she has. She hates the United States of America, and she can't believe her luck that he's destroying it. Here we go.
One thing that I will say is that I do think that
talk like an adult.
The Biden administration and President Biden has definitely exceeded expectations that progressives had. You know, I'll be frank.
That's the interesting bit there. That progressive have. Why? Because progressives want the place destroyed. They're self-hating. They're America-hating.
The Biden administration and President Biden has definitely exceeded expectations that progressives had. You know, I'll be frank. I think a lot of us expected a much more conservative administration. And I think that his, not only what has ultimately come out, but the active invitation and willingness and collaboration with progressives.
I think they're going past a bit too fast. Let's go back and just check them. Right. So the first one, total oof deaths. That was under Trump. There's the election. Right. Next. Retail price chart. There's your election. Next, that's oil, by the way. This is the gas price. I don't understand what the difference between this one and the first one is. Oh yeah, 48-month average, 18-month. I mean, look at that. Look at it. Fucking hell. Approval index. Strongly disapprove is the red one. Strongly approve is the green one. This is from likely voters. Minus 28 is his current index rating.
One thing that I
shut up. One thing that I will say is that America's going down the pan, and I couldn't be happier. Okay, Ada. Right, let me have a look in my history, see what else I racked up. For people who've arrived a little bit later, Substack, link in the description. Oh, I think I had the old Farrett sponge go a couple of times. I think I saw that one from Tavern. Oh, here's a new one. Dumb bullet. Let me just do one I missed of Taverns. So going back to what we were talking about the booze and the drugs and all that kind of malarkey. Tavern says this. Why has it gone to Tavern? I much prefer Tavern. What's the name and Matthew C4 have earned an enthusiastic farten tartante. As someone who struggled with alcoholism too, it's no mean feat. Nice one. No, you're absolutely right. Fart and tart and tay. I think that was enthusiastic enough to continue the My Neighbours Think I'm Mental. Nice one, Tavern. Yeah, it's a beast. Alcohol is a beast. I mean, the withdrawals can kill you. At least junkies know that it's not going to kill them. Although anyway, you're right though. The pair of them did absolutely deserve that, and all the props they got from the Scrubs. Right, where else did I have set up? Oh, here we go. So this isn't me. This isn't me just saying "told you," but this is kind of interesting. It's PJW. Not everyone's cup of tea. If it's not your cup of tea, go and make one. All right, every time. PJW, watch it. Give me an audio check. I'll let it run because hang on a minute. Why don't I just make sure I've got it and then we don't need that? Right? Yes, correct. Go. It's a long video, but I'll just show the first couple of minutes.
Omicron is barreling its way through the world, causing frightening levels of mild symptoms and widespread natural immunity. In England, the rules are being lifted and the masks are coming off.
The government will no longer mandate the wearing of face masks anywhere.
The entire lockdown narrative is crumbling as the same media that aggressively lobbied for it desperately attempt to fool people that they questioned it all along. And while it may only be the beginning of the end, the corona grift will soon be over. But like
there you go, called it 2 months ago.
Little Japanese imperial soldiers still fighting World War II after their country had surrendered, some people just refuse to let it go.
Taking away all restrictions suddenly, despite the data, is too much too soon. Right now, we have so many people in hospital, so many on ventilators.
The number of people on ventilators is the lowest since July, and figures...
Just check the chart out after he says it.
So many on ventilators.
The number of people on ventilators is the lowest since July, and figures from the Office for National Statistics show that total deaths in England and Wales are 7.8% below the 5-year average.
Such a high case load of COVID.
Yeah, more than half.
Can we just enjoy? I mean, the funny thing, the funny thing that the way he says that, it's like a YouTuber trying to coof it off. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's what we do. You know, well, you know, I'm not blaming it. It's so good. Check it out.
In England and Wales are 7.8% below the 5-year average.
Such a high case load of COVID.
Yeah, more than half of those.
Hey, sorry, I just really enjoyed that. It's you know, that's deception. That's the unconscious. It's gonna come out, mate. You can't lie. You can't keep lying. It doesn't work. Humans can't do it. Yes, exactly. It's brilliant. That's so. Once more, sorry if I'm indulging a little bit, but just once more, because
high case load of COVID.
Yeah, more than half of those cases are people in hospital with COVID, not from it.
People won't be able to get their operations in hospital. They won't be able to get treatment for strokes, for heart disease, for cancer.
No, they weren't able to get treatment in the first place because of lockdown. Remember, the same thing that you vehemently supported. Dr. Hillary really doesn't have good form.
So, you know, those people who haven't been vaccinated, we'd really love you to think again and be vaccinated, because...
Yeah, when you say we, Dr. Hillary, I mean, the transparency of propaganda. Who's we? Who? You're on fucking hashtag Lorraine. What is this? As that. I mean, she's so dopey, that woman. Has she got her own show on like breakfast TV now? Hashtag Lorraine. I bet that's trending in the Isle, in one pub in the Isle of Wight.
People who haven't been vaccinated, we'd really love you to think again and be vaccinated, because 90% of people in hospital.
What's happened to Shillery's Barnet? Have a look.
Really love you to think again.
He went in and went, "Hello, mate. Can you do me a Christopher Lee circa 79?"
And be vaccinated, because 90% of people in hospital are unvaccinated right now.
That's a really figure that we have to really concentrate on.
Yeah.
That's a really figure that we really have to concentrate on, right? And with your two hands, that really made sense.
90% of people in hospital have not been vaccinated.
Probably not a figure that we should have concentrated on, given that it was completely wrong.
More faces than a set of polka dice. Nice one, Bullet. Appreciate cuckoo. This is ridiculous.
The actual figure was 36%, leading to Ofcom to issue an official warning after the show received 4,000 complaints. Nice grift though, mate. 2 years solid of primetime TV appearances. Gonna make anyone miss that cash cow when the party inevitably comes to an end. Wait a minute, weren't you the same guy who said this about masks before you got the memo?
You know, there's still very little evidence that this is very useful at all. Some people say it's actually worse because you're touching your face more often. And the quality of the mask, if the quality of the mask means that the mask quickly gets wet because it's a paper mask, it's probably worse than having no mask at all.
These people, this is what I'm talking about. This is just this is Winsville. We're all living in Winsville. We got 10 months of Winsville up to the midterms, then it's just going to be the most amazing party you've ever seen. It's going to be amazing. This is, look, all of these fuckers now are going to backtrack. All of them are going to backtrack. Everyone! I promise you. Because they have to. It's going to be very hard to sort of dig deep here. It's going to be very hard to double down. Australia and New Zealand is going to be, just sit back. I mean, again, apologies to my Antipodean and Zealand brothers and sisters. But what the fuck are they going to do? They've already quadrupled down. How they're going to put this into reverse, I don't know. This is brilliant.
And cloth masks, really very little benefit.
3 months later,
going to make it obligatory for people to wear masks on public transport makes no sense not to do that in public spaces.
Do what you're told. Do what you're told, you creepy shill.
Public areas where people can't socially distance.
Who's pushing medical misinformation now? The best way to stay safe from COVID in England, don't ditch the mask. Boris Johnson's easing of restrictions is in stark contrast to what other countries are doing to control Omicron. Here's a corona case graph of those other countries, virtually all of which had stricter mask mandates than England for much longer. Yeah, the masks worked really well over there, didn't they? Hashtag wear a mask was trending on Twitter yesterday. Alarmist bedwetters devastated that they can no longer impose their pedantic hypochondria on others.
Exactly. Look, this minor little bit of power, all these fuckers. You know, we've all seen them in shopping centres and where's your mask? Put your mask on. No, get out. You can't wear a mask here. Leave your mask on when you're drinking water on the aeroplane. You know, they've loved it. And these little Hitlers are going to have a real problem now that they've got no one to shout at. They're going to be sitting at home, proper sort of just. We will have a rise in serial killers. Watch out, people. We're going to have a rise in what's his name, the Yorkshire Ripper types who've just, they were managing to sublimate their anger that has been building up for decades with their fucking with their COVID guns. And they've just been de-armed. They've just had their weapons taken away. And they're going to be very dangerous people now.
crestfallen that their noble activist crusade of harassing other people at supermarket checkouts is about to become redundant. The wear a mask hashtag is like prisoners refusing to leave the camp when the guards have quit, left the gate open and gone home. Sorry, what? Take the mask off, mate. Can't hear a word you're saying.
Anyway, I can't just dine out on the rest of LP. What? Oh, what? He's got a new LP coming out. What's it called? The Couth Double B-side. I'll put the rest of the. I'll put the link in the chat if you want to have it. There you go. Nice one, Anglo. Great stream, me old China. Much appreciated, me old mucker. Well, I don't know. Be careful with saying things like that. They will be onto you, but it's certainly going to be a laugh watching them go in reverse. Basically, Pax Max nails it. It's going to be tons of 3-year-olds tantrum spree in the sandbox. Brilliant, exactly that. Dawn Browning says. The problem, I can't say that. What are you doing to me, Browning? The problem there is that we gave them too much rope. At least the anecdotes coming out of both countries will be believable. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I just don't know how. I don't know how you're going to come back. I mean, Boris went back because they got caught having too many piss-ups. It was that simple. But it's going to be difficult for the Australian authorities here. I don't, because what are they going to say? Are they going to start using different information? And it'll be like, well, hang on a minute, that information was available 6 months ago, but you weren't using it then. It'll be interesting. It will be certainly interesting, but interesting isn't very comforting when you live there. So I do feel for you for sure. Okay, let's see if I've got anything else in the history box. I'm going to have to wrap this up in a minute, people. We're hitting 2.5 hours, but I have been off the airwaves for a couple of days. Apologies. Not that one, not that, not that. I think we might actually be there. That is some weak time filling there, isn't it? I've only been doing this like 6 years. Still doing it. I'd like to thank everyone who donated. I'd like to thank Steve Cray, Mosaic Labrador, and Rags for looking after the place. Special thanks to Rags for helping me out with the clips and the memes. An absolute hero. Sorry I've been away for a couple of days. I might stream later. I don't want to overdo it, but I might stream later, so keep an eye out. If you're not subscribed to my Substack and you like reading short stories, get on that. Link in the description. Subscribe to it. New story, Lizard Jane, coming out soon. Would have been today if it weren't for the migraines. But you will almost certainly see me later. Massive props to you, the Scrubs, because your chat has been brilliant. Much respect to you people. Don't forget, stay positive, think positive. Because if you're not thinking positive, chances are you're thinking negative. And the difference those two things have on your life is ridiculous. So, Frenchie, you're usually a little bit late. You got in early there. Nice one, Frenchie. Machano Caprasciuto. And we're going to do what we usually do and play out with a little bit of Bally G. You can feel free to help the grift if you want while the music's playing. No worries. Probably see you later. Ta-da! Oh, hang on. Bollocks. Hi, it's me. Remember? Anyway, what did I say? Ta-da! Yeah.
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around.
Tavern just sent a entropy saying the French are usually late. Thank you, Tavern.
Life is a curse, it only gets worse, and the world will watch you drown. Maybe my mind.
Yeah, that is darkness. People are going to start realising that they've done something they perhaps didn't need to. I'm no doctor.
Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. Looking back, I rejected.
Nice one, Packer. Hello, Mrs. Packer.
A woman says I'm lying in the bed I've made. She says warriors don't give up before the war begins. So I get high to justify the mess I'm in. People get mad and people get sad, but at least they have a cause. I struggle to feel emotion I can really trust. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my
Good work, Jeff. Good work. What do you want to celebrate when you get to a month? Let us know when you get to a month. We'll give you a boost. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Your brain has just got to readjust. That's all. That's all that's happening, mate. You've probably just reclaimed your future. Nice one, Ben. Much appreciated, Cookie. Nice one, Bullet.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down.
Hello, love.
Underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed.
Oh, bloody hell. What's Jeff done? I'm missing out. Well done, Jeff. What have you done? Can someone tell me what Jeff done? Probably good, though. I'll put a 1 in. Anyway, people, I'll probably see you later. So keep an eye out. If you're not on my Substack, get on it. Telegram's also. My Telegram's also good, but my Getter, I'm very busy on Getter. Link to my Getter in the description. I'll see you later.